All right, everyone. Welcome to Wake Up and Win Morning Motivation Podcast powered by CTR Media Network. This podcast is all about fueling your mindset, elevating your business, podcast, a TV show, and inspiring you to take daily actions every single day. Each episode includes powerful insight, simple, actionable strategies, a quote, a Bible verse, and a call to action to help you achieve your levels of success. Now, starting on today, we are going to be really hammering down on the three E's: elevate, execute, excel. Let me say that again. Elevate, execute, and excel. We know that today is Small Business Saturday. So we're going to start out with this particular theme and we're going to go on into next week because this podcast is not just about motivating you, it's about helping you to execute the different strategies so that you can become unstoppable and have that motivation or that momentum to get into that high level mindset to in order to position yourself in your personal as well as in your entrepreneurship life if you are an entrepreneur. So today we're going to talk about how you can 10x your mindset and multiply your success. This is for you, small business owners. This is for you, okay? And so, before we jump right into today's topic, I want you to do, you know what time it is. I need you to go ahead and hit that like or that heart button. Follow, share, comment, subscribe. Let us know where you are tuning in from. And we are going to give you a shout out either live as we are broadcasting this, or we will reply to you after the live is over. Rest assured that if you engage with us, we will engage with you. And a special shout out to our CTR riders who have been sharing our content, engaging with us, which make for a very engaging, exciting show. So let's go ahead and jump right into the 10x mindset. We hear that quite a bit about 10x, right? So, what is the difference between average and extraordinary? It's how you think and how bold you execute. The goal is in this scenario, you just have to stop playing small. Stop playing small. Okay, we have, for the most part, we have became so content with being average, with being mediocre, with playing it safe. Because playing it safe has no, like, it doesn't challenge you. And so, what I want you to do from this point on, and you can apply this to your regular life as well, I want you to stop playing small. So, let me go ahead and give you 4 tips because I know most of you are out and about or preparing to have a good time because it is a beautiful Saturday morning. Number 4, number 1, I meant to say to think, if you want to think 10 times bigger, you need to make sure that your goals are bigger. So, say for example, you know that you want to take a family trip at the end of the year in December, and the trip will cost $10,000. That is your goal, right? Well, why not aim to save 15,000 so that you can do something else? Or maybe you want to purchase a car, or maybe you want to purchase a home. Whatever it is that is your goal, whether it's personal or business, you need to step it up another notch. So for me, I remember when I first started with podcasting, then I went to radio, and then I went to TV. I didn't go to TV right then after radio because I was doing a blend with radio and podcasting. But my ultimate goal all those years ago was, how can I get my content, my show on television? And I felt like it was a really hard thing for me to be able to do because at the time I felt like, I mean, who really knows me like that would want me to be on television? I felt like I was just a small town girl, and it would be something that would take me at least 5 to 10 years to be able to accomplish. But I wrote it down because that was my big 10x thing, right? And this was about 10 years ago, where you didn't even see too many independent content creators on television back then. And I wrote it out. Everything that I wrote out, I was able to accomplish. I felt like the TV thing was like maybe 5, 10 years in the future. But to my surprise, I received an offer in less than a year to put my show, the Tina Ramsey Show, on television. I was shocked when I was offered the opportunity to bring my show to Roku, to bring my show to Amazon Fire TV. I was absolutely shocked. But I thought big. I 10x my mindset. I pushed myself on the limits that I thought that was unattainable at least for another 5 to 10 years. And then the more that you build up thinking bigger, and whatever you think you want for yourself, actually going above that, you will see that it's not as hard as you may think. Because now you put the idea out there, and now it's just like everything is going to be working in your favor. As long as you start executing, it'll work out for you. Number two, take massive action. Small actions won't create big results. So, what is this taking massive action? Taking massive action for me was to not only, when I decided I want to eventually transition to television with my show, was that I had to end up going back to podcasting. Even though I was a radio show host, I started with podcasting, then got an offer to be a radio host. And with my husband and I, we had our own show. We was called The Ramseys, and we did that. And then, in order for me to take that massive action, I went back to podcasting and was doing podcasting in a blend of radio, and then and permeating both of those industries. And then other people from television saw me, and then it took me to the level that I am now. Now I have magazines, now I do books, now I'm in a blend of a whole lot of different things up under the umbrella of media. But it started with me taking massive action. And with that massive action, it also took investment. Okay, because when you transition from people not seeing you, just hearing you, you need wardrobe, you need hair, you need makeup, you need clothing, you need all of these different things in order to transition. Cameras, lighting, sound, aesthetics. It's a big transition. But we took that massive action, and then that massive action taking us all the way to modern day right now. That now, who would have thought? I never thought that me starting in podcasting, then becoming a radio show host with my husband, then going back to podcasting, doing a combination of both, then getting offered to be on television, took the offer. Then it eventually translated to me working for multiple independent shows and independent networks. Being an executive producer, starting as an associate producer, assistant first, going up the corporate ladder, went from an associate producer of producing shows for celebrities and also everyday people doing extraordinary things. And then eventually got up to EP, executive producer, and then started producing my own show because I had people that did my show for me, start getting those credits, and then transition to me teaching people how to start their own shows, and then it transitioned to having my own or our family owned network. Who would have ever thought? Right? But that took a span of years, right? But the first initial thing was I challenged myself to 10x my wildest dream or wildest thought that I wanted for myself. And then with that, I took massive action. So I start doing my show every day versus doing it just once a week, so that I can get more visibility, so that more people can see me, so that I have more content, so that I can position and place myself in various different areas, and they see the commitment and the consistency that would attract more people to what I was doing. It took a series of things, but also pushing myself to do everything at the highest capacity possible that I could do. Another thing that I did was that I moved with urgency. Don't put off what you can do today. I had reservations. I was nervous. Yes. I mean, I even had a little bit of doubt, like, really, who want to hear me? Who want to see my TV show? How would I ever be able to transition and be able to teach other people and all this, right? But I moved with urgency, and I moved with action, and I executed. And by that, I excelled. Remember, this week we're going to talk about elevate, execute, excel. When you elevate yourself, meaning you're 10xing and you're putting out that massive action and you're doing bigger things, you're 10xing it, and then you execute it. The only other step left is that as you are doing the thing or things, you will start to excel at whatever it is that you're doing. And that's exactly what happened with me. Number 4, study and model high achievers. So what I started to do was I start researching independent content creators that was doing things similar to me. And then I went back and did my research on them, my IR, independent research, and I start seeing how they began. And then I start seeing how their growth was over a period of time. And then based upon that, I tracked my own history and I started looking at how did I grow? Where do I need to adjust? How can I make what I'm doing better? And I also watched them on YouTube. I made myself a part of different support groups and everything like that in order to around high achievers so that as I was excelling, as I was growing, as I was pushing it to the maximum, I had people that was higher than me that I could learn from. And I learned from those who already had achieved whatever the next level or whatever the next step that I was trying to accomplish. So I wasn't just staying in a level with individuals who I was the best in the group or we was on the exact same level. I put myself in situations that made me uncomfortable and it really made me uncomfortable. And made me feel real small. However, I put myself in the situations because I knew in order for me to be able to reach the level that they had, I had to always put myself in rooms with people where I was the small fish, where I was not the thought leader, where I was not the leader at all. I was a person that needed to grow, and everyone else around me was way above me in the level in regards to podcast, radio, and TV. Okay. And so eventually what happened was like I said, podcasting, radio host, went back to podcasting, then expanded to TV, then eventually start teaching people how to do rinse and repeat what I do, start coaching people on it, got hired to be a public speaker, sharing my story, and also teaching people how to do what I do. And eventually that transitioned into a fully thriving network where now we offer the exact same opportunity to other independent content creators who would not have a voice to share with millions of households every month had not it been a network that was created ultimately for the independent content creator. CTR Media Network was not created for influencers, even though we have influencers. It wasn't created with influencers in mind or with celebrities in mind. It was created for the everyday person doing extraordinary things. The everyday person that has something to say, that has a voice, that has a story, that most people shut the door in their face, would not allow them to sit at the table. CTR Media Network was created for you, that you won't have to jump through hula hoops. You won't have to jump through and cross over red tape in order for somebody to put you on a platform where you'll be exposed to 350 million households in 140 countries. It was all about giving a voice to people who was just like me, who doors were slammed in my face, slammed in your face, and they told you you could not do it. CTR Media Network is showing you that you can. And that was the premise, and it still is the premise on today. Hey, Mona. Yes, it's time. So for those of you thinking that you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you're like, I have this show idea. I have the story that I was able to overcome. Maybe you survived domestic violence. Maybe you was able to overcome some kind of trauma. Maybe you are a successful entrepreneur, but before you became successful, you lost it all. And you just have a story that you know that can help inspire and motivate people to go to action or take action, but you're just afraid, right? Well, I was too. But what I'm telling you today is that if this is resonating with you, you know that you're supposed to be starting a podcast, a TV show. It's time. The world is waiting on you. That's part of our theme song. The world is waiting for you. You need to recognize and let your spirit come alive. Pay attention to our theme song the next time we come on. Those words was created to inspire you to move into action. Now, let me give you a quote. Mona said, "You're speaking to me." I knew I was talking to somebody in the room. Okay. And so Grant Grant Cardone said this: success is your duty, obligation, and responsibility. I need you to stop looking at success as something that only someone else can achieve because you feel like you don't have what it takes in order for you to be someone that someone else or become your full self that someone can look up to you. Because all of us have our insecurities. Let's keep it real. From the highest level achievers to someone who are just discovering themselves. We all, including myself, have insecurities. And if someone tell you that they don't, they're lying. They're lying. Everybody has insecurities. But the thing is, what helps me, even on certain things that I feel insecure about, is that I know that my success is my duty, it's my obligation, it's my responsibility to work out my purpose for my life that God has for me. Because I know that it's not just about me, it's about the people that God put me on this earth to help that only will move if I take action because we're all connected in some kind of way. Because guess what? This is the human race. We need to stop focusing so much on color and start thinking about humanity. And when we start seeing people not as a color, but as a human being and realizing that as human beings, we are interconnected, whether we want to realize it or not, whether we want to admit it or not, we are interconnected. And the people that are on this earth that are going to be connected with you is not connected with you by no color. They're not connected to you by no line of education, no particular status, no particular financial status. They are connected with you because you have your story, your life, what you went through happened to you, but it's not for you. It's for the people that you're on this earth to help. And we have to get out of our own way of being scared, being embarrassed of our story, that we're afraid to just go out there and take a step. Worrying about all the what if this, what if that. Well, what if it don't happen? What if it don't happen? What if you become the biggest success story of your life because you kick fear in the butt? You like, nope, I'm not gonna allow fear to stop me. I guarantee that right now, my goal with everything that I do, whether I go speak at events, whether I'm being interviewed on TV shows, radio show, podcasts, magazines, blogs, whatever up on the media, whatever it is that I'm doing, if I'm teaching a class, if I'm on social media, like right now, I'm doing a live broadcast. My goal every single day is not to thinking about, okay, how many thousands or millions of people I'm going to impact today. My goal every single day is for me to impact one person. Now, with that being said, I've had the opportunity through that one person to be able to expand it. However, my goal is to make a difference in one person's life every single day. I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Even if it's a word, something that motivated them, it's providing a resource for them to be able to take action on something. It is to give one person a glimmer of hope to be able to redirect their mindset to see themselves as I see them or as God see them, as worthy, as being enough, as being qualified to do what you know that you're on this earth to do. That's my goal. One person at a time. Not thousands or millions or billions. One person. every single day, because I realize the power of one. Every one person is connected to so many different people. So if you can touch one person, when you touch that one person, you touch every person that they know that they're in their life. That even if they have their own platform, it's powerful with the power of one. So, what Bible scripture that you can use in order to encourage you with this 10x mindset to multiply your success? It's at Isaiah 54:2. Enlarge the place of your tent, stretch your tent curtains wide, do not hold back. That's Isaiah 54:2. Enlarge the place of your tent, stretch your tent curtains wide, do not hold back. Let's focus on the end. Do not hold back. Okay. Mona said, I'm speaking to her. You have made a difference in my life. Oh, you made a difference in my life too. Yes, that scripture is Isaiah 54:2. What do I want you to do today? What is our like goal for today's discussion? I want to challenge you to think bigger. I want you to get used to moving faster and not procrastinating. And I want you to make sure that you go download the CTR Media Network app on your Android phone or your Apple phone so that you can not only listen to the content that I put out, but most importantly, I want you to listen to all the other shows that's on the platform. Take a look, peruse through the app and see what shows resonate with you. And I want you to come back and make sure that you watch those episodes. And we through our app is very interactive. You can actually save your favorite episodes. You can write little notes into the app of things that you pull from that particular episode. You can easily be able to find it if you save it, put a little heart on it, which means it will go into your own list of favorite episodes, and you don't have to go and scroll through all the shows anymore. We did all of this to make it very easy for you to win in this season. We want you to wake up. We want you to win. We want you to understand your worth. We want you to elevate yourself, execute, and we want you to excel. And that goes for me too, because I'm consistently working on myself every single day. These particular lives or these episodes not only help you, but it helps me as well to keep me accountable and to remind me of what I need to do as well. And so I really appreciate all of you guys, and make sure that you go download the app. We are going to actually talk about productivity starting next week. And because on Sunday, I do extra scriptures on Sunday because it's Sunday. So we're gonna have us a good discussion. But I'm not gonna give you no hints. We're gonna talk about it on tomorrow. You guys have a great rest of your day. Remember that you have the ability to 10x your mindset. And when you 10x your mindset and the people that are around you, you will multiply your success. And success is whatever you feel that brings you joy, that brings you happiness, that brings you comfort. It don't have to always be attached to money. It can be attached to your health. It can be attached to having that job that you want. It could be attached to you finally starting that podcast or TV show. It could be attached to you becoming a homeowner, becoming a mom, being in a healthy relationship. Or how about this? Learning to love yourself. Okay, learning to take care of yourself. Okay, so what is it that you feel that if you had this, or if you had this, you will be successful? Think about that, write it down, and then start working to elevate, execute, and excel that. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Talk to you later. Bye.